Dun 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 dun.
St. Michael in the Bew. Do you even measure like your dreadlocks? How long are your dreadlocks now, man? This is
Well, I guess maybe
a meter, meter and a half.
not a meter and a half, but I think a meter or
This is long.
a little bit.
How long have you had these dreadlocks?
You know what? I can't remember.
Okay, like when did you start growing them? Because I mean, when I look at photos of you back like early 99, 98.
They should be now maybe. How old is my daughter? Maybe. Hey.
What, you started growing them when you had your first...
Over 20 years.
So wait, the tip of these dreadlocks is actually over 20 years old.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's older than your daughter.
Yes. These are actually older than my daughter.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you put in them? Does hair... I don't know. It doesn't weaken over time?
No, it's that's why they're called locks.
They're locked.
Yes. It's locked.
Literally. I don't know much about dreadlocks. Look at my hair, man.
I mean, it all starts like that. Down here,
Yeah.
you know, it's like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nah, man, this is impressive, man. 20 years of dreadlocks. Anyway, our guest today, very interesting, man. And I know for those born yesterday, you probably won't know the guest we have today. His name is Maiko Zulu, otherwise earlier known as St. Michael.
Yeah.
He gave a good explanation as to why he changed his name from St. Michael to Maiko Zulu. We'll delve more into that a little later on the podcast today. Remember, this episode is brought to you by Brothers Mocktails. As you can see here, I'm taking Cosmo today. Maiko Zulu taking Pina Colada. And we are at Soho at Mandahill Mall. And remember, Mandahill turns 25 this year. 25 solid years. That's 1999, Mr. Zulu.
1999.
From 1999, this mall has been in existence.
Yeah.
Which is about almost as long as your career.
Yeah, I mean, well, slightly younger than my career.
Slightly younger.
Yes.
When did you start?
I guess my first album was 91.
Sure.
Yeah, but we started.
So your career spans about what, 33 years?
Yes.
Shoo.
Yes.
That's a long time, man.
Yes.
Really, really long time. Any memories that you have of Mandahill when it was open?
I mean, when it was open,
Yeah.
it was the thing, man. Everybody wanted to go to Mandahill.
Any fond memories you have of activities that you would have when Mandahill was open?
No, I mean, for some of us, you know, we were closer to the ghetto side of things, so we normally kept our distance. We came maybe to game stores. Yeah, and if I can't remember which other shop but there was a shop, I think, that had musical equipment or something. I can't remember.
Wasn't that Cash Crusaders?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Remember those Cash Crusaders, and you could actually bring stuff that you're not using in the home.
Yeah,
You could buy, sell, trade, speakers and whatever.
Yeah.
I remember bringing Amasampo, where you steal from your parents' home and come to sell at Cash Crusaders.
Yeah.
Did you also do that?
Well, I never did. I mean, because by that time I think we were independent.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I moved out of my my mother's home quite early.
Did she chase you because of something? How early are we talking?
Early, like, how old are you when you're in grade 10, 11?
Wait, why would you move out of your parents' house when you're in grade 10?
Yeah, I mean, if she doesn't, you're not getting along and you know, you want your space, you respect her space.
I mean, it's a given. Any 15-year-old or a teen will not get along with their parents, but none of us are moving out. Why would you move out, though?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I was growing up, I mean, your biological parents were not like your only parent. So you could move, but, for me, I wanted to be independent.
At 15?
Yeah, I mean, because I grew up in a church family. I was, a Kampenga. A mass
What do you call them? Altar boys?
Altar boy?
In a Catholic church?
No, in the Anglican.
Anglican church?
Yes. In the cathedral, man. Yeah, so, that was my early upbringing. So, I discovered myself quite early.
At 15?
Yeah.
And what does this move out look like? Did you go find your own home? Did you move to another family's home?
Well,
what was that like?
Mainly I went out to live with artists.
Artists?
Yeah.
What sort of artists are we talking about here?
Musicians. I love to be in the ghetto. Yeah, so I got hooked up with a certain band, it was young boys. But at that place, I don't know if you remember, if you're old enough to remember Uweka. Okay. In Mississippi compound,
Right.
there was this joint called Uweka. So that time, Masie had their own joint, I think, in Matero, Lilanda. Yeah. Then the other one had it on Kafua Road. So the one that was in Mrs. was awake, and he had 4 bands. Yeah. So the junior most band is like the first band I really jammed with professionally.
I'm trying to understand a mother's mindset when a son moves out at the age of 15. How did your parents take this?
Obviously now, I mean, we laugh about it. It was crazy that time.
Crazy how?
Yeah, I mean, your boy turns what seems weird to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks natty, dreadlocked, and
Yeah, but I mean, didn't your parents ever come to look for you? I mean, you're a 15-year-old. What means do you have to take care of yourself at 15?
Well, I mean, how many 15-year-olds are on the streets today?
Yeah, but my point is, I'm looking at this from your parents' point of view.
Yeah.
Didn't they come searching for you? I mean, weren't they worried that a 15-year-old
No,
is just
I
out
mean,
there?
they had an idea where I was.
And it didn't concern them at all?
Secret. I mean, of course it did, but it was more me,
I don't understand what that means more. You.
Yeah, I mean, I needed to do certain things that were not gonna be comfortable in my mother's home.
Like what?
Pursue a music career. Say do music like Christ was a Rastaman. Yeah, and still stay in her home. You think and you know how religious our parents are.
Yeah, definitely, man.
At a certain age, even Sunday school, it's a must.
Yeah,
Church,
true. It's a must. Yeah, true.
You like it or not, you have no ranking in the home where church is concerned.
Facts.
Yeah. But I mean, that's unfortunately what has indoctrinated most of us as Africans. And so we've been sold on religion as opposed to spirituality.
Speak more about that.
I
The
mean,
indoctrination and being sold on spirituality.
there's nothing about being spiritual and being religious, but we've taken it to a level where we think sometimes even we can sit and say, pray. Let's pray. Yeah. First of all, let's pray because God will intervene. man, get up and go and work. You know, it doesn't work like that. So, you know, the mindset of our people, not just Zambia, I think across the continent, you know, it's, for Zambia, it's unfortunate because, it was even declared that it's a Christian nation, you know. Open these roofs, man, and check out how Christian we are.
But why would you call it unfortunate, though?
I mean, you don't have a Christian nation that is corrupt. You don't have a Christian nation where children are hungry on the streets and the church is rich.
Yeah, but I mean, being Christian doesn't guarantee that you're automatically rich. So
no, I mean, you. Oh, sorry, I had dropped my phone. Being Christian should be a challenge to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you are representing Christ. What would Christ do if he saw those kids you call junkies just outside here? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but my point is, you're saying we're a Christian nation, but we've got people starving on the streets. At the end of the day, like I said, it's not guaranteed that because you're a Christian, you're not going to have suffering in your life. You know what I mean?
What I'm trying to drive at is that we have a Christian nation where the Christian community is wealthy. Very wealthy.
The Christian community is wealthy.
Yes. The church, I mean, does the church pay tax?
No.
Do you pay tax?
I do.
Yes. You see, and do you contribute something to church?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
My tithes and offerings.
You know? Yeah. So, to be honest with you, and those are my thoughts personally, you know, I think we could do better as a nation, as communities, you know, if spirituality was not commercialized in the name of religion.
But I think it's a little unfair to make that assertion, because even while God is there to, you know, guide us, protect us, he does not guarantee that because we're his followers, we're going to be rich. He still expects work from us. I mean, from day one, from the time of the fall of Adam and Eve.
When did God tell you that?
At the time of the fall. Because remember, Adam and Eve had it easy until the time of the fall. They're eating of the apple, then God now instructs them, you shall now till the land after this. Whatever wealth you're going to accumulate in your life, it's not going to come on a silver plate. You have to work for it. And God will protect you and guide you on that journey through your work.
Now, you see, you are speaking God because you've been raised in a manner that says, you know, we have God here. Yeah. We have the Bible. We have, you know, the book of Bible stories. I know you remember that.
The blue one.
Yes. You know, and all that. Christ is the head of this house, the unseen guest, and all those, you know. Right. So that's what I was saying. Indoctrination.
So basically saying I've been brainwashed.
If we were in Beijing today, we were Chinese people. Yeah. Our discussion would probably be...
We'll be discussing this as Buddhists, yeah.
Yeah. You know.
So, help me understand where.
So the levels to which we take our religion, our faith, you know, sometimes is disastrous.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes it makes us lazy. We think there is another world after this where we're gonna, you know, live, you know, now in Holy Land, you know. But the basic is that we have to work towards whatever we dream of. It's not going to happen just by kneeling down and praying.
We have to work. Yeah. And the sad part is that a lot of the clergy that we've been seeing on, or even in our churches, social media, whatever, a lot of them have been preaching about, you know, the prosperity gospel and eliminating the work aspect, which is why I think Christianity is the most poor. Like Christian nations are the most poor nations as well, because people sort of expect miracles. And in a way, you are right in calling it unfortunate, because somehow people start expecting miraculous money, miracle money. You know what I mean? Yeah. As opposed to other religions that encourage you to work and preach the fact that work and then God will be there to help you in your work, not to drop manna in your hands. You know what I mean? In that aspect, you're right. But then again, I'm also wondering, where did the change happen from with you? You grew up in an Anglican home, then you changed to your beliefs today, and it seems you're a bit against Christianity. What's that about?
No,
where did the change
no,
happen from?
I'm not against Christianity.
Just the acts that some people.
Yeah.
practice,
I'm not against anybody's faith. I'll never be against anybody's religion.
Okay.
Yeah, just that I've grown up in a Christian environment before, and what I may see is the acts of being Christ-like are more pronounced in people who are not even Christian.
Those acts being
A character, where you have leaders that say we want to save the people, for example, and they end up going to steal from the people, and every Sunday they are in church, So for me, it becomes very uncomfortable. And also, I think as Africans, we need, what brings us backwards is the fact that we emulate everything.
right.
Yeah. A lot of Christians don't even know how Christianity started, where it started from. How the Messiah called Christ was, created during the Council of Nicaea, things like that.
Wait. What do you mean created?
I mean, if you read history, I think in 325 AD,
Yeah.
there was this Council of Nicaea, that where these religious madalas sat and decided that, there's so many messiahs. So let's focus on one messiah and build the image of this messiah, to protect our religion.
Wait,
Not that there were
when
no-
you say created, that implies that the implication there being the story we've been told is false. Him being born of a virgin and him dying on the cross wasn't quite what made him the Messiah.
Egyptians will tell you that even the stars and things like that, they saw a star and things like that, they'll tell you that those issues were probably plagiarized. The Greeks also will tell you their own history. So,
No, let's dwell more on that. They created Christ. That by implication could mean the Bible story was just fabricated or created from nowhere for us to just follow blindly.
Why would you revise the Bible over and over? Why would you have King James version,
the New International Version,
New International Standard Version?
So are you disputing the fact?
And you remember that Casmo one?
Are we disputing the fact that the Christ we know as he exists in the Bible and around us right now is false?
Well, I think it depends where how you've been raised to think. Because again, faith, if I want, I can say this microphone is what I'm going to worship.
That becomes your God.
So even if your Christ is not a genuine one, who is somebody else to say don't, at the end of the day, it's just faith.
So you talk about
it's just faith.
320 what AD?
325, yeah, yes.
AD?
325.
So just by that calculation, we're assuming this is about 300 years after the death of Christ, right? And then when you talk about the creation, we do not dispute the fact that he actually existed, but what you're saying is he wasn't the Messiah.
Well, he was at that time. Maybe he may have been. Look at how many people we call messiahs this time, papas. People, man of God, where you even, bet your life, your whole earnings to say, this man is going to lead me to salvation. And the guy is just, like
man
you.
like us.
Yeah, so Christ in his time was just like, there were other messiahs even, who were probably even more superior, who had more magic than him.
What do you believe in? Who do you believe in?
What do you mean? Who do I believe in?
I mean,
do I have to believe in somebody?
Are you atheist?
What does an atheist do? What is an atheist? Somebody who doesn't
believe in any existence of a higher power, like us Christians call God.
I'm spiritual.
What does that mean in your case?
I respect higher energies that I may not understand. To you, they may be called God.
Okay.
Yes. To others, they may be called science.
The universe.
Yes.
Others call it source.
Yes. You know. But I'm not religious. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. Because religion, like I said, is the commercial side of spirituality. So whoever preaches religion to you, they just want your money. That's the foundation.
Wow.
Yes. But whoever preaches spirituality, I mean, you don't buy God. You can't buy salvation, man. You can't. You know, and we are so blind. We even go to concerts that are saying, come and buy God here. Come and buy a godly experience. They even charge a ticket for you. You go. And you say you are seeking no, man, not that way. Salvation, no.
Even as a spiritual being, I'm seeing the jar colors in your hair right now. Elson. I think we should now call him the late Elson.
How's it?
Good. How's it, my bro?
I am abundantly well. How you doing, man?
But you're not the late Elson now.
Don't listen to this clown. It's just looking at you, I'm already getting high.
I mean, I was waiting for we had a joint with Kaling on set. I mean, you missed it.
Well, hey, listen, that was before I got here. I know DEC watches this.
Wait.
No, I mean, they supplied.
Oh, DEC supplied this.
Yes.
Dude, we're having an interesting conversation about. He's not an atheist, but doesn't believe in God. And he's saying it's spiritual. So just breaking that down, what spirituality means to him. And also talking about how Jesus was just created. And
Was created?
Created. Yeah. That's where you found the conversation right now.
You feel Jesus was created? Like he was a plant?
Not a plant. I mean, he was the Messiah, probably. Like, I mean, in inverted commas, because in his time there were other people who had similar qualities.
Okay.
You know, so we were discussing even just the foundation of how, you know, Christianity itself started. You know, so
Okay.
it's a religious creation.
I was talking about your hair. There's jar colors. What do you call these beads in your hair?
So these are Ethiopian colors.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Ethiopian colors.
Yes.
As well.
These, by the way, represent the country of my God.
So you do have a God now.
If you want to call somebody God, yes.
So,
In your context,
Who or what is your God?
you know, we had a conversation where Kalenga is saying God. I'm looking at God in a different context, not in a personal context.
So in what context are you looking at God?
I can look at God in any context. In my context, I look at God as energies.
Do you believe in a higher being?
A higher force,
You do.
not a higher being.
So you do believe in a higher force?
Higher force,
Okay.
like a higher energy. And that's the word I used. Not a being.
Yeah, you and millions of other people. I mean, there's
Not a
books
being.
like The Secret that actually talks about this higher force, and they call it the universe, and how if you align with the universe, you get whatever you want from the universe. And I'm sure it's the same for you. But would you identify as a Rastafarian, though?
Yes, I mean, I always identify as a Rastafarian.
That's a
because,
religion, right?
No, Rastafarianism.
Isn't that a religion?
Rastafari is
That's
not a religion. And that is a misconception that people have out there. They think, and it's it's called Rastafari. So it's not a religion. It's a character. It's a liberty, what we call a liberty. The way, I'm sure you guys are Rasta because, I mean, you do a lot of good things that, again, I'm coming back to you, Kalenga, that people who say they are representing Christ never do. You see, so, and those are the principles of Rasta. Rasta is a rebellion against, you know, the indoctrination of white religions. Okay?
But why do you have to rebel against it?
I mean,
there's free will, isn't there?
There is free will,
Why
but
not just ignore it?
Why don't ignore it and just focus on whatever your mission is?
I mean, it all comes back to the aspect of religion being personal, faith being personal.
You see, you're contradicting yourself. That's true, right? So if it's personal, and I choose to be Christian, and you say Rastafarianism is a rebellion against that, why not just focus on what you guys are doing and let Christians do what they're doing?
That is, it's. You want to use the word breakaway?
What do you mean?
Like a breakaway from what you guys believe as Christianity?
It's not a breakaway because nobody's born in a religion. You choose that. So I don't think it's a breakaway.
You choose.
So
and,
just
and,
like you
and,
chose...
and Rastafarianism is choosing.
Yeah, so you're not
something that is
away from anything. Because that's
well,
your formation is Rastafarianism.
You were not here. That's why you don't come late for your own program. We were discussing.
Work is crazy.
No, I mean your program is more crazy, man.
He handled it pretty well.
Yeah, but I don't know how to make you understand in the way. First of all, you're right. Faith is personal.
Yeah.
And
as is every religion.
Yes.
It's faith based. You believe on your own that God exists.
Yes.
Nobody can force you to believe that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's a bigger issue here where the faith, your faith, is like what I would call an imposed faith on the laws of the country. You know? The Christian nation kind of thing, you know? So that gives you a challenge.
How did you change, man? You mentioned growing up in a Christian home with such strong Christian values from your parents, and then what changed you? You become who you are today. What changed you?
What do you mean? I never changed. I just...
Well, you are sounding very anti-Christian right now.
No, I mean, I told you I'm not anti anything. I said you can even have this microphone as your God.
Okay, let's understand it this way. How you switched from being Anglican, as you were raised by your parents,
to Rasta.
Yes.
Okay.
What caused that change?
Growth.
Who did you meet? Who convinced you? What happened?
Growth. I mean, you when you are independent at an early age, you learn a lot. You learn more. Okay? We had no internet that time, so we went to the university to read books, you know? And our friends were not the guys we were with in secondary school. No. We went to the University of Zambia. So we had certain knowledge that you would not get in an ordinary classroom. And for me, that is the knowledge that you need, the skills that you need. You never find them today in your classroom, your ordinary classroom. A lot of you guys have degrees, for something else, finance and things like that. He could be a professor, but he's here, doing media stuff and, so that's what's changed me. So, I mean, we all go to church to search. And if you don't find what you're looking for, I never saw any salvation in church.
Have you found salvation where you are now?
Well, I mean, I'm happy where I am. I'm happy because I'm not a slave of a religion.
And you feel Christians are?
Well, it's my feeling is not important whether I feel they are or not. But I just think a lot of them need to understand, first of all, how Christianity was conceptualized, where we are today, how religion, not just Christianity again, even Islam, how religion has been responsible for most of the poverty, most of the wars on the continent, So,
Sistah D is a Rastafarian as well.
no.
Sister who?
Sistah D, the wife.
Yo, thank you for mentioning it was the wife. I was about to go left field
No, I mean,
with
go,
the name Sister D.
go.
No. I respect people's spouses. Is she also an artist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Artist / activist through music.
dope.
One of the most respected musicians in this country as well.
Oh, dope.
How did you two meet?
We met when we were kids, man.
Kids.
Yes. I think the first, I don't remember really the first time, but we were seeing each other. There was this joint called Silver Rivers. There was a movie theater there. It's now Plaza 3 or something on Chachacha Road.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that was the joint for escapees. We were calling ourselves escapees because most of the times, sometimes we were not in school. We were at that joint, watching movies and stuff. So then we found ourselves in the same theater group that time, Tikwiza Theater.
Okay.
Yeah, so did a bit of tours under the theater group. Never saw each other for years. Then again, met on the streets. I was going to the studio, and I had no backing vocalist. So I said, "Why don't you come over and to DB Studios and just put your backing vocals on my track?"
You not only look like Bob Marley, but you
I was
do.
supposed to say the same damn thing.
He does Bob Marley things as well. Remember Bob Marley married from the band as well?
Yeah. Like a light-skinned Rastafarian dude.
Mary's band member.
Something authentic about, bruh, I'm telling you, you're sitting on money. Go to Jamaica.
He is who they should have used in the movie. The Bob Marley movie.
My man.
Yeah.
He came to Zimbabwe. A lot of people when
Were you born then? How old are you? How old are you? No, you look like you are.
He was 15 in 91. Let's do the math.
But he was not there in 90. Okay, all right.
He was
Because
15.
Bob Marley went to Zim in 1985.
So he felt like
Bob Marley died in 1981.
81.
No, 1980 is when he went to Zim.
Yes,
Independence Day, right?
Yes, 1980.
Don't worry,
So he died in 81, the
I
year
was
after.
born already.
Yeah, but you were
So-
probably like, what, 5, 6 when you went to Zim?
Well, I mean,
You
but I was born already. So
you were
there's-
deep in the Anglican church at that point.
Yeah. But
That was dope.
But a lot of people tell you look like Bob Marley, right?
a couple of them, yeah. When I had my first my first European outing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I arrived at the airport, and this guy, I was in the lounge, waiting for the promoter. Yeah, so this white guy, I think he was on brandy and,
It was like Bob Marley.
oh my God, I thought I saw Bob Marley.
He hugged you.
That's what Kawata in it,
But how much? I don't know how big the reggae industry is in Zambia.
Industry is not a word you can even call for music in Zambia. There's
What
no
would you-
there's no
what would you call-
industry.
What would you call that genre?
Reggae, I mean, it's the community maybe. It's there, it's big. It's an underground community where people mind their own business, but obviously when you speak of reggae, not so many of us have come up as reggae musicians. It's a challenge. You can't be a reggae musician and survive in this
I was about to ask,
environment.
are you making money
Well,
from reggae music?
from reggae music, I mean, I've lived on reggae all my career. So
From
not
1991.
not that I'm wealthy. Yeah, but I've lived off reggae, so I respect reggae.
Is a lot of your money coming from Zambia as far as reggae is concerned?
Yeah, a lot of it, yeah.
From here?
Yeah, but some of it, of course, not from Zambia, but
Okay.
I think most of my work is here in the country. So a lot of people who think you can't survive as a reggae musician, I mean, it's not easy. Yeah, because it doesn't come on a silver plate. You know, you have to be truthful to what you are doing, and it's not easy.
You said there's no industry in this country. Why do you say that? There's no music industry.
Yeah, you know what I mean? An industry is big, man. An industry is a machine. You know, an industry is a machine which is gonna recognize, you know, the talent that is out there and bring it over to Soho. You know, an industry is something that is going to create an environment where artists are not going to get peanuts. You know, yeah. I mean, of course, there are artists who are making good money, but the majority of people that call themselves artists, not just musicians, you know, they are wasted talent. Yeah, because an industry is something where you hear even certain policies. For example, Z podcast. If you're gonna do your Z podcasts within the territory of Zambia, you know, we need to know what you are, you know, paying the artists, you know, things like that. Policies. I'm trying to, not that I want you to pay me, guys, no, but policy.
Right.
You know, a level where a company sets up, you know, base in the country. I mean, we have mines in my area. I have a mine just 500 meters away from my space, and up to now we don't know the environmental impact assessment of that mine. We've written to Zema, we've been to the Member of Parliament's office, you know, just to find out, you know. So systems, an industry is about systems. So we need an industry to reach a level where the thinking is the same. You know, business, the corporate world, you know, today, a big company can go on the public media and use, you know, a Lionel Richie soundtrack for their advert and just get away with it, you know, instead of hiring a JK who can probably do a better job because he understands the environment here, you know. So I hope people are working towards that, but what you see is efforts of individual musicians, you know. Yeah, who, for example, National Arts Council. Does Your Maps need National Arts Council today?
No. Zamcops? No.
No.
I don't even think they're paying that much in terms of royalties.
It
But I know very few
even,
artists get paid
it doesn't
royalties in this
even
country.
need any TV station,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, he's got his Facebook page and it does wonders for him.
Yeah.
You always look like you're not doing any marijuana of late. Are you off it completely?
Excuse me? Do you see this man?
No, there's red eyes that, you know, you can tell that somebody's been smoking marijuana. I don't think he... Are you sure? Are you sure? Dude, his eyes are not red, man.
Gob, you're a cop.
God.
Doesn't this guy look like...
He's high on something right now.
Just be honest. Just be honest.
Just by looking at you, I'm getting high.
Just be honest.
Wait, God, wait.
No, just be totally honest. You know, you are immune from any rough up, any prosecution. You're immune. I look high.
Because he is.
No, come on. I'm not high. You're making me laugh and I'm tearing.
Don't you put weed in your...
I think his eyes look a little like I've been observing in the past 30 minutes. His eyes have been clear.
Constant.
No redness whatsoever.
No,
so.
but then if you're high, it doesn't mean that your eyes become red.
Dude, your eyes become red and more.
What do you get high on?
Life?
And shisha.
Life?
Yeah.
Shisha.
Doesn't get me high. I don't take alcohol.
I mean, life in how you love women?
We all do, don't we?
No,
You're
I mean,
married.
yeah, but to an extent, how I love my weed, is it how you love your women?
No. I feel what I thrive off is adrenaline.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not married. You sound excited that I'm not married.
No, I mean,
Are you jealous,
no,
Maiko Zulu?
I mean, look,
Between
any man, any face, any age, any, however ugly we are, any man can get any woman.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There's somebody for everybody. But listen, if you could do this thing over again, would you get married? Be honest.
If your wife is not watching
this,
this,
here.
Now you want to cause problems for me.
No.
These guys.
We're having an honest conversation here,
Yeah.
Michael. Would you? I already know his answer.
No, I mean, I would.
You're taking
the
long to
marriage
answer, Michael.
union itself, I wouldn't want to be married, but I would want to be with the same woman, probably.
There you go. You
Yeah.
could be with her.
Yeah.
But the whole institution.
It's a fraud. No, sorry.
No, don't apologize.
Yeah,
Don't
I mean,
be apologetic.
there are people who look up to me as, this guy has been
but you
married
have your
for-
reasons.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
sure they're
Right,
valid.
But I
so.
still think this whole marriage thing, and in the coming days as we go, because generations are changing quickly.
Absolutely.
I don't think it will be necessary.
No. Because essentially you can have a life partner
Yeah.
without necessarily having to involve the government in your relationship.
Can you imagine?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it kind of feels
and,
like...
and even when you want to come out, you need to go to the government now and.
Right. And it kind of feels like, I don't know why people confuse this or get this misconstrued, that when you say that, it's almost like you're saying you want to hoe around. Doesn't mean that.
Doesn't mean that. Look, I've been with my wife for so many years.
Right.
And ours is not a marriage, man. Yeah, we've gone beyond those issues you people call marriage.
Right.
Yeah, we are just friends, who understand each other, who respect each other's emotional needs,
Precisely.
and
in all of what you've just said, Mary doesn't play any role.
yeah.
It is your word that you've given to her.
Yeah.
That I'm going to be
Yeah.
there for you. I'm going to do A, B,
That's
C, and
it.
D. That piece of paper doesn't guarantee
That's it.
all that.
That's it.
Because if it did, the divorce rate would not be as high as it is.
Yeah.
Not only in Zambia, but in the world.
In the world.
So, I absolutely agree with you. Not to say go around and spread seed or whatever it is, but the whole institution, I kind of feel it's I said this, that I feel when you get married, your marriage certificate should expire after 2 years.
Yeah.
And then you've got an option to renew it. So get married, after 2 years it expires, and if you want to opt back in, you can.
Yeah.
But
See
by
how you feel
default,
after 2 years.
See, yeah.
Right. See how,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
We're
And it's crazy. A lot of people are stuck in these things they call marriage, man. They are so stuck. It's
society.
sad.
A
It's
lot of the
sad.
time.
Yeah.
Societal norms,
Society
yeah.
will push you back into the marriage and say, no, men cheat. Here and there, he'll slap you around, but a strong woman stays. What kind of BS is this?
See why it's important you live for yourself first. Yeah.
Be happy by yourself.
Yeah.
Man, you and I would actually have a pretty decent, good conversation around this
Yeah.
If
we did not have any time constraints.
no, let's just go. Let's just go.
Yeah, no, go ahead. did you see?
He really loves this topic.
Did you
Just
see?
listening.
No. Did you see one of the comments from the JJ episode. We had JJ on a previous episode. One person said, Kalenga, can you stop interrupting by bringing your ZMBC scripted questions?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
You saw that, right?
I didn't understand that, though.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Okay. Because, God, you're laughing. Did you see that too?
I saw the comment, yeah. I saw the comment.
Because you are too by the book.
But I'm leaving you talk.
No.
How am I by the book?
No. Just generally, because you're about to go. So, tell us, Michael, when did you realize you had a talent in singing?
I'm having a conversation here. Aren't we?
What?
Anyway. So he does that. He's a little too rigid at times.
At times. It happens. We need to have control. Otherwise, we end up with one topic the whole episode. We're talking about marijuana, by the way.
Let it flow.
We're talking about marijuana. And
let it flow.
You were arrested with...
like a period.
You were arrested...
17 grams.
It was 17 grams.
Only.
It was 5 balls of weed.
17 grams.
How do you know about balls? And who told you that weed comes in balls?
The judge himself said we found you with 5 balls of weed.
Was it?
It was 5 or 4.
Yeah, I think those days they were big ones. I don't know whether they were 4 or 5, you know. Yeah. But it was only 17 grams. And I think it was 17 cops. I actually have a song,
17 what?
Cops.
Cops.
Yes.
17 police officers.
Officers, yeah.
Came to arrest you. But why 17? One wasn't enough? Are you Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, or...
No, I mean, I think it was just dramatic. They wanted news headlines and they got them.
17?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting.
Tell us about that day.
I was in my home studio that time. I think I woke up 4 in doing some work. And that time I took my wife's rapper, by the way.
What, Chitenge?
Chitenge, yeah. So, yeah. So I was stuck on this tune. You know, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. So I just closed my eyes and took a break. And, you know, the door makes a noise. On my swing chair, I do that strange face. But that was about 10 o'clock, you know, because I was in that box for hours.
10 p.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
You woke up at 4, but only showed up at 10.
a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently during the search, they said that we were scared because they took my pump action, you know, and, you know, I punch to a
You had a gun in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Licensed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that's how they started searching. They said, we're from DC, there's a warrant and stuff like that. I said, I was actually expecting you. Yeah, because obviously, yes. To be honest, I was expecting them. Because...
That very day?
Not that very day. Yeah, but I had an idea that...
They'll most likely show up.
Yes. Either at my show or at my home.
But why? What gave you that inclination?
Well, I mean, I think a week or so before, I think Frank Mutuwila on Frank Talk, he asked me questions about herb and things like that. And I was probably the only person that time, you know, advocating for legalization.
And you told him you smoke weed?
Yeah, I think I told him that, yes. I'm Rasta and I use weed. Yeah.
I really don't think that weed should be illegal.
Congratulations.
No, I don't think so. For me, I think we are... That is why I say, you know, we've been... These doctrines, not just away from religion, and now this is like social thing.
Because remember how weed was made illegal, right?
No.
Purely out of racism.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because immigrants start flocking into America in the early 20s, early 30s, mostly Mexicans, and they would smoke marijuana. And the American government didn't like that Mexicans were flocking into their country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these guys would freely smoke this cannabis. They did their research, and there was a Federal Bureau of Narcotics agent called, I stand to be corrected, I think his name was Harry Anslinger. So he wasn't happy that the Mexicans were freely smoking this thing. He did research and found from doctors that marijuana actually had no detrimental effect on human beings. It was actually a healthy thing to do. But he wanted a way of just reducing the numbers of immigrants in especially the Texas areas of America. So what does he do? He finds a reason to reduce those numbers by saying cannabis is causing violence. Every riot we have that involves these immigrants is because of this thing that they're smoking. He even changed its name from marijuana and gave it a name that was more ominous, like cannabis. So they called it cannabis and took it to Congress and they made it illegal. So whoever was found smoking that was automatically arrested.
But you know, also behind that, you're very correct what was happening.
And the black community as well started smoking it. So they didn't like
and
that.
They were saying these blacks become too sexually active and they're
And
taking
happy.
away our women.
Is that true?
No, I mean,
Allegations from the
herb
government to
is
prevent
just
the
herb.
smoking of marijuana, yeah.
it's like tea or coffee or, you know, it's, I think, you know, we've been made so much scared of ganja in such a way that, you know, for me, the person who introduced me to, you know, the actual use of cannabis, not abuse, because a lot of people think, you know, drug abuse, and it's not even a drug, you know.
It's a herb that just
herb.
grows right.
It was a priest, you know. Way back, I was a young worker in the mines in Kalulushi, in the private mines.
Oh.
Yeah, and I had this history of bleeding from the nose whenever I was in direct sun, you know. So just say, you know, just use weed.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's used for medicinal purposes.
It's helping me
Yes.
sleep.
Yes.
Excuse me?
Yes.
It's helping me sleep.
What's helping you sleep?
Weed. Remember, I've got that insomnia issue.
Yeah.
I don't smoke it. I take it in its legal, in this country, in its legal state, oil. So they squeeze oil from the
CBD.
seeds. Yeah, CBD. They squeeze oil from the seeds, and it's called marijuana oil. You drink a teaspoon before bed, knocked out the whole night. That's why I'm happier nowadays, Gob.
And the sad thing is that,
don't
you
get me
know,
arrested now.
when it was being made illegal, behind the scenes,
You're just watching.
behind the scenes, the intelligent business guys took over the hemp industry, you know? Yes. And that is why you find like the first Levi jeans were done on hemp, you know? So it's an international herb, man.
But what just baffles me is because the Federal Bureau of Narcotics makes it illegal, every country around the world makes it illegal. I think without even questioning much.
South Africa,
why.
it's legal now.
Yeah, but then again, remember from the 20s, 30s, because America makes it illegal, every country around the world just
We are
follows suit
copycats.
without questioning
We are
much
copycats.
why they were making it illegal with their racism. You know what I mean?
We are copycats.
Some countries have not legalized it, but they've decriminalized it.
Decriminalized it, yes. It's they've reduced the class, and, you know, they won't hassle you so much.
Well, that's a very thin
You know?
line between.
We are
decriminalizing
wasting the
and
courts.
legalizing.
We are wasting state resources prosecuting people over stabs of herb.
Do you
man.
know how much Amsterdam makes in a year?
Yeah.
From weed. How much that contributes to the economy.
We're talking about your arrest. We're still
Yeah.
there. We're still on that tip.
Yeah. So that's how they got me, put me behind bars. But, you know, they made a round or two in my township first, you know.
Firing gunshots.
Yeah, you know, and say,
I've got a flair for the dramatics, these people, eh?
you know, so
Gunshots.
I said, you might as well. I was even telling the guy, you might as well, but they didn't cuff me. Yeah, you might as well handcuff me, so that the pictures look good. yeah, I know. You know, so I think before I was even formally charged, you know, there was an item on the news, no, he's been arrested, and they found illegal firearms.
I remember that, yes.
Yes. You know?
One shotgun.
Yeah, one shotgun and one handgun.
Okay.
Yes.
Why do you need such powerful weapons?
I'm a weak man. No, I just love, it's just, you know, I mean, it's legal.
No,
And,
I understand that,
yeah.
but what do you need a shotgun for that you cannot do with a 9mm?
There are certain areas where I am, where I need them for my personal protection, for my
shotgun, bruh?
for my property. A shotgun?
No, my question is, what would you require a shotgun for that a 9mm or a Glock would not suffice?
If I found you raping my daughter or my wife, I would say I'm going to jail. That's when I need it. No, I'm just teasing you, man. But I mean, it's you know, it's a sports. A shotgun is a sports gun, man.
Well, you kill small animals with it.
Yeah, small animals or
Birds.
you know, targets. I don't kill birds.
It's a lot more powerful, though. The kick is incredible.
Yeah, depending on the caliber or the type of rounds you use.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can drop an elephant if you want.
To digress a little, now that the Capo is closed, Soho is the next
Oh,
best thing.
Soho is beautiful, man. What's like I did say earlier? What Soho at Mandeville Mall, which turns 25, of course. It's a two
Not
floors.
Soho, but Manda Hill.
Manda
Hill
Hill
turns
turns
25.
25.
Soho, 2 floors of absolute fun. Beautiful
Wait,
place.
is this Soho downstairs too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
I like that shelf right there.
The
See
shisha
that?
shelf?
Yeah, man.
What's up on your arrest? Yeah, so you're picked up, you asked for handcuffs because it's going to look better in the photos.
Yeah,
you're
no,
taken
yeah,
to...
I was taken to, I think, the DC offices somewhere near UTH,
Okay.
blah, 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 blah. And, you know, later on, there's a police post just behind the courts. Yeah, so that's where they took me out. I think I was there for a few days, 4 or 5. Then I was transferred to the Kamwala prison. Yeah, the central prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, awaiting my... Yeah, but obviously it was... I was given a suspended sentence.
The judge was extremely lenient on you because many people were going to prison in those days for marijuana. Especially the quantity
No.
they found
Do
it.
they look like Bob Marley?
No, but...
I was about to...
But I think the judge, everybody realized that, I mean, why it wasn't just for the ganja. Yeah. I mean, in certain countries, when artists begin to have a certain voice, you know, you expect all sorts of visits.
So is that what you think it was? That you were too vocal?
No, I mean, you can't rule out, you know, the fact that, you know, our music sends a certain message which makes people who may not be doing the right thing at the right time uncomfortable. And I think that is how we have continued to live off our music, do our music in its raw form, you know, without so much adulteration, without, you know, so much, I don't know, you can cut it out, butt leaking or something. Yeah, but,
We don't need to cut it out.
yeah, you know, it's very difficult to be an artist and be principled in a country where artists are expected to be wealthy and opportunities are not there, you know, so it reduces on that power, you know.
Wait, speaking of being a voice, does the arrest happen in the same period when you release a song, Mad President?
Mad President, like Cuckoo.
I'm trying to think. It could have been, yeah.
Could have been the same period.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, just it was just a song talking about
mad
myself, me being a mad president.
And yet that's... Are you sure it was just about you?
I mean, it carried a message that resonated to issues that had political connotations. You know, for example, if I say, I am a mad president, my government is me, myself, and I. You know, so if you are a president, whether of a country or a church, organization, yeah, it must touch you. And I think one of the opposition MPs then took it to Parliament.
To do what?
Wait,
To play?
wait,
The
Which
CD, I
Which
think,
MP?
given Luinda.
Oh,
Yes, he was in opposition. Then he took it to Parliament for the ruling party
listen
guy who was Guy Scott again to listen to.
who was also in opposition.
You know, Guy Scott. I think they were ruling.
Oh, your arrest happens in 2009.
2008, I think.
That was MMD.
Yes, MMD under MMD.
Yeah, so those guys were still in opposition.
Yeah.
Remember, they were still campaigning
Yeah.
to come into power
They
then.
were-
Yeah.
Yes.
So he takes it to Parliament. What happens then?
Yeah. You know, so somebody calls me, oh, yeah, discussing your song. I just listen to Parliament radio and things like, you know. So, then, I think I bought airtime on ZNBC. I bought airtime. Yes, I was given a receipt. Yeah, a program to promote the thing. Yeah, Jack Mwale is going to do. Yeah, because he loves reggae.
Jack the hot
Yeah,
stepper,
the hot
yeah.
stepper. Yeah, and I'm in the studio there. Yeah, a few minutes before, you know, acclimatize. Yeah, what happens? Jack Mwale is called. The program can't go on. I said, how do you cancel? We've been announcing it's a live thing. I'm here.
Yeah.
I paid and things like that. No. The state doesn't work like that, you know. And at that time, they actually wrote to me, ZNBC, on headed paper to say, we cannot deal with your content because we do not deal with radicals. That's the word they use. You know, so it was banned there and things like that. Then I think so. It's not easy to do reggae in this country. I mean, reggae is about sometimes a lot of times actually being truthful.
It's rebel music.
Rebel music, yeah.
This is why there's that conspiracy that Bob Marley was killed by the CIA.
Because they opened up so many people's minds. Yeah.
Yeah, he did actually open up so many people, and he was a threat, not just to the CIA, but to a lot of nations, because they started identifying with his music.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of countries, like on the continent here, that time they were, you know, just coming from independence. Some of them were not independent, you know, so the struggle vibe, the rebel vibe, you know, was alive. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still stuck on the case.
the arrest?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
He hasn't finished the story.
What do you
No,
do?
I have.
No,
No,
for the
no.
CBD oil
He
what
hasn't-
you
he
take to
hasn't.
go to bed?
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean,
In your home in Ibex on Main Street?
Yeah.
oh yeah, but
Gotta give them the house number as well?
I was given community, I was given community sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, to go to 5 schools.
Perform
And-
for free.
No, not perform. They just said go and tell them the bad effects of marijuana.
And then you couldn't think of any bad effects.
You should have said, guys, look at my teeth, right? Around my teeth. You want your teeth
So,
to
you know,
look like this?
funny enough, the DEC guys were always, and I said, I'm gonna do 5, but I'll do more. Because when we started, the DEC guys were always on the trips, and also my people were there. It was interesting because we went to these schools, and these guys had more questions for the DEC than for me. You know, because apparently by then, the kids started understanding, you know, the truth. Because they were always being told, no, you're going to run mad if you smoke chamba, you know. So they started digging information. Information age was coming, you know, so they had a lot of questions. And interesting, we went to Munali boys, and, you know, so I walked around, you know, and I found the whole stock of marijuana, you know,
At the DC thing.
No, at the school, man.
At the school.
You see how excited this guy is talking? And this happened years ago.
Yeah,
You can see the excitement in
it
his
was
eyes.
interesting. I mean, it was interesting. I say so. I told the head teacher. I said, because she was hosting. I was, please, do you know what this is? He said, no, it looks good, this plant. So, They said, "Oh, this is why I was arrested. It was because of this plant."
Oh wait, when you say stash, like they've planted it.
Yeah,
Fresh
I mean, I think the
leaves.
gardener had it in the school garden there. Wow. Yeah.
Oh man, this guy has some real
and
good intentions.
again, miraculously. Now, this is where your God thing comes because you believe in God so much. This is how God works.
You believe in God so much.
I do believe in God so much.
This is how God works. I get an engagement from the prisons way after I'm out, to say, "Oh, come and perform in the prisons." Yeah, you go to this prison. So I go to Kabwe Maximum Prison, and I found
Matthew Mohan?
one of the guys that came to arrest me.
Locked up.
And guess what? For weed
No.
What goes around?
comes around.
Wait, a DEC officer was arrested
Yes.
for being found in possession of weed.
Yes.
Couldn't he have just said it's evidence that he was, I don't know.
I mean,
Not when it's on your lips.
No, serious?
Yeah. So that's the irony.
Did you talk to him?
No, I mean, I know him even now. He's still serving. I think he may be out soon. So,
The irony.
the irony.
Wait, and this is over 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you assume that he's still there?
No, I know because I always get
How
word
much weed
from
was he found
inside.
with to give him that number of years?
I don't know, but I think it was a complicated case that time. I think.
But one thing that I think is that all that weed that is taken by the DEC for quote
Not-
unquote evidence.
Not all of it is bent. I think. I
And
think.
Wouldn't you love to be there when they're burning it? Just to
I was
breathe that
about to
smoke?
say, is burning
No,
it?
I wouldn't ban it, man. I would ask the government to say, give me permission. No, listen, this is serious, guys.
Hear him out, hear him out.
Give me permission. This truckload you have, let me
Take it
export it.
to my house.
No,
Oh,
just here to South Africa.
Where it's legal.
Where
And
it's
they'll make
legal.
good use of it, yeah.
And you will be in charge of the money, not me.
I'll just connect you to
I'll
the
just
buyers.
connect you, and you. Then, when that money comes, just take it to the next hospital in the next rural area that does not have medicine.
That makes sense.
I mean, we are burning money, and we are going to America, where certain states it's legal, and they are collecting tax
And the
from
price is
marijuana, and
different.
we are going to beg for money from them. We are actually going to line up at donor-funded conferences to say, we are poor, and yet you are burning money in broad daylight.
Funny you bring this up. I was talking to a friend in Australia 2-3 days ago, and he was talking about how, and he loves weed, smokes a lot of weed. It's legal in Australia right now, right?
I have no idea.
I think it
Could
is.
be.
Oh, I'm going back there actually.
I think it is. So he tells me, dude, I used to buy a bowl of weed for like 5, 10, 20 kwacha in Zambia. And then in Australia, you won't believe how much is getting a small bowl of weed.
Oh.
About $50.
Yeah,
Sometimes it says if it's rare in the neighborhood, even buy one bowl for $80.
yeah.
Imagine that's a whole sack in
It's so
Zambia, bruh.
expensive out there.
But more to his point, if the price of this herb is that high out there, why not export it to people who are able to buy it at such a high price?
The herb
what
is
I
high.
mean? The herb is high.
Yeah, but I'm told the ZNS is gonna start cultivating.
That would be beautiful
But that's been a story for
years.
and
What I
people got
wanna-
excited when they had announced because
The
there,
license is how much
there was
again?
a rumor about this license. No,
$250,000?
there was no even. They didn't even put a price for
Well,
the
so it's
license.
been decriminalized then.
No, they.
Was it just a rumor where they were talking about how the license is going to cost about
It's
$250,000?
the information. People did not know that you could actually get a license
check it out.
for it. And the laws provide for it.
You can get a license. for it.
Yes.
It's been there the whole time.
It's been there, but now, even I think with the new laws that are there, I think it's certain levels, because you know that 0.4% of THC. If they arrest me and they test that stuff is 0.4%, 0.3%, and high, then I'm prosecuted.
If it's lower, you're safe.
Yes. You know, so there's certain strains that can be created that are below the 0.3%.
To make it legal. But do they even take the time, like the time you're arrested, did they even take the time to see how much THC was in the strain that you had?
No, that time the law was quantitative. It wasn't qualitative.
Whatever we find you with, as long as it's marijuana we're taking.
They were just weighing. Yeah, as long as they it tests positive for marijuana and the weight is above 0.5 grams. Yes.
Okay. So are all you Rastafarians voting for Peter Sinkamba?
Hold on, listen to me. So let me read what this says. So this says, it states that an application can be made to Zambia Medicine's regulatory authority, ZAMRA, but licenses can only be obtained by paying a fee, although there is no established fixed amount.
So that 250,000 was just rumors.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And I happen to have the DG for DEC.
Yeah.
I don't know if
you want to call him?
the guy I can just call out of the blue, but let me try.
Yeah. It created a lot of excitement when they said, I think it was Kampiongo who said, you can actually get a license legally. You know, so there was a lot of excitement. Zambians were so excited.
And then this figure and everybody started complaining again.
I think it can help us,
grow an economy, true.
Yeah.
I was asking,
seriously.
Rastafarians, do you support Peter Sinkamba because of his advocating for the legalization of marijuana, or the selling, not legalization, but the selling and exporting of marijuana abroad?
I think Rastafarians don't align with politics at a certain grouping level. Yeah, so it's difficult. But as individuals, I know that. Hey, that siren.
That thing is loud.
Does that scare you?
Go, be your workmates.
I'm.
You heard the siren.
Look at jumped.
PTSD. I told you this nigga was high. He hears the siren and he gets scared.
In these times, people could just be rioting. And
you know what I mean. Speaking of riots,
I'm actually thinking of calling
sorry? The DG?
Well, no. Well, the DG is way higher up, but I've got the number for the guy who's in charge of
Gosh,
PR.
this siren though.
Alan. I don't think it'll go away anytime soon because there's traffic. But anyway, we can't just sit here and stare at the traffic. You were saying?
I was talking about riots. An idea hit me.
Roll a joint.
You want to roll a joint?
I think also you're right.
What do you mean you think I was right? Of course I was right.
I was saying, when you think about how marijuana is made illegal, but things which are more harmful like alcohol are still out there just for the masses to consume, when there's more, and this is proven with data to support it.
And
there's more damage from alcohol.
Bail.
There's no bail.
There's no
You're like
bail.
a murderer when you're arrested for
I have a brother right now who's been there, like a comrade who has been there now 10 months.
For weed, there's no bail?
There's no bail, man.
10 months waiting for his court case.
Yes.
Sheesh, man.
Yeah, and you look at statistics.
And
it's rare. I've never heard of a car accident because somebody was high off marijuana. You know what I mean?
Then it makes you slow, though.
How's that harmful to anyone?
Your reaction. Your reaction is slow.
No, I mean, that's subjective. Other people,
other people become smarter. I know a guy who'd clear exams like crazy.
That's true.
Crazy when he's high off marijuana.
Yeah.
Just like everything else, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, of course.
Alcohol makes me sick.
Yeah.
Makes who sick?
Me. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll feel high for a bit, tipsy and whatever, but later in the day I'll just feel sick, and that's like for 2 more days. Yeah. In fact, if I was like in law enforcement, you know what I would do? Like, dude, these people planning to riot, just call load shedding or whatever. Get them high off weed. Nobody's gonna riot after that.
You want me to get my daughter high on weed?
Oh, she's planning on rioting?
No, I mean, she was part of the Zesco people.
Oh, she was?
Yes.
This family, though.
Eh?
How old is your daughter?
I don't know how. She doesn't. I think at this time she would crucify me if I told you.
Is she teenagers?
No.
20s?
Yeah.
Or 20s?
Yes.
Okay. Does she smoke?
Not to my knowledge.
Would you tell us if she did?
Well, she's an adult now.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
She can do what she likes.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Does she live home with you guys?
Well, she stays alone technically.
She also left at
but
15 like you did?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. She's.
This man lived
She-
his
she
parents
lives
when he was
alone.
15.
At 15. Okay, I need to watch this episode.
He left his
Where
parents'
the hell
house
did you
at
go,
15
nigga?
to live,
15?
to live with other musicians.
I'm here. I'm here. Yeah.
No, but seriously, weed and alcohol should actually be the one that's illegal. Because I mean, if you put like a group of two groups of 5 people in each group, and you gave one weed and another group alcohol, guaranteed the weed group, like Elson said, they'll become slow, or they'll start laughing and they'll be very hungry a few minutes after that.
but-
The
but-
alcohol group will start fighting, insulting.
But also a fact is
Or something
that
of the sort.
the mental hospital, Chainama,
Yeah.
if you go and look at the statistics,
Mm.
they'll tell you that the major cause of why people are there
weed?
is alcohol,
Huh.
Wait, China.
not weed.
But then again, remember what we said earlier? We just copy and paste what other countries
Yeah.
put into law.
Yeah.
Like America did, and we all just followed suit, not even questioning why we're making marijuana illegal.
And that is what I was saying, even about religion, that the indoctrination era is coming to an end. People will be getting their own information at an early age. So they won't need to be told that, no, this is God, this is the devil, this is this is that. No, they'll have informed decisions, So it's a dangerous time for change,
It is.
but necessary.
While it's enlightening, like you've said, kids will not need to be taught whatever because they would have already learned because of the information age. It's also scary how much they're going to consume off the same platforms. You know what I mean?
AI.
This is what makes our jobs as parents extremely difficult.
Very.
You have kids?
I have a child, yes.
How old?
He's 7 years old.
Wow. Yeah, it
Scary age,
changes you when you have a child. Eh?
It absolutely changes you.
Yeah.
Because for Kaling and I, and I'm pretty sure you as well, I feel like we are the only other generation that sort of experienced the pre-internet and post-internet era. We knew what it was like to live without internet, and we know what it is like to live with the internet
And social media.
and social media.
And
But now
everything that
with
came
your
with it.
kids,
They're born into it.
Yeah.
right? So their psyche and how they're programmed that's all they know.
Yeah.
And I feel that, just like what Kalinga said, I feel like it makes it that much more difficult to parent because there's now so much that you have to keep your eye on.
Just this morning, bro, I'm leaving the house and my daughter's watching something on YouTube. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
This little girl is talking about being pregnant and...
Is she?
Was that a cartoon?
Yeah. Being pregnant, being in hospital, my boyfriend left me, he's gone for some other
No
girl and
way.
whatever. I'm like, can you change this now? And I
Yeah.
left Bible stories and I told the mom, if this changes, spank someone in this house. Even a little girl.
Even Paper Pig. I have seen how the little pig is so disrespectful
Of the father.
of the father.
Yeah.
No, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's annoying.
yeah, it is.
The times we live in nowadays. Crap, there's something I wanted to... And it just goes. So what are you up to nowadays?
Well, you're clearly as high as he is.
No, he is high. I'm not.
No.
Yeah, he's high.
He's...
He's not high. He's tired. The other one
He's a
is
virgin.
tired.
And myself?
Nah, you have a bit of a hangover.
I'm asking what you're up to nowadays because last I checked, you were the ambassador for International Labour Organization, child rights or child abuse issues.
I do a lot of things, man. Sometimes
Like what are you up to nowadays?
I'm up I make the government angry. No, but seriously, I'm creating a small space called Roots Cafe along Great North Road, 9 Miles area. Yeah, it's so that keeps me busy. We are trying to build a small community studio, a music recording studio, blah blah, Yeah, just to get the youth there going. Yeah, so you always find me there. You guys should come and play football in the dust.
Oh, yeah.
This man is this is Bob Marley reincarnate, man.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Bob Marley played soccer just like you.
And also, most importantly, again, I think we will use that space as a platform for free speech.
Oh, that's scary, no?
Yeah. Because, I mean, a lot of times people don't have a space. So there are days when we are just going to put a microphone for you on a stage. If you have anything to say.
There it
And
is.
where are you going to be putting this content up? Is this for social media with a microphone?
Yeah.
Okay. So live on Facebook, speak your mind.
Yeah, speak your mind.
All right, be prepared for DC to come back again.
Oh, no, I mean, it's a 5-acre plot, but you'll never find any weed there.
So where do you keep it?
In his pocket.
I go to have it at my suppliers. It's so scary because, you have to search. If a friend like Elson comes over, I make sure that, maybe this guy dropped something or, so. No, but it's a joke.
When were you with the International Labour Organization? When was that?
For quite some time, I think between 2004, 2008.
Oh, so this is before the arrest.
Yes.
Okay.
Then, but obviously I've done a lot of other works, in child rights, civil rights, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So apart from the studio, what are you doing?
Grandparenting. I have a grandson, so it's a lot of work, I tell you.
You're a grandfather?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's
how
a
does
lot
it-
of fun again.
What's the journey like being a parent versus being a grandparent?
What I've discovered is that you become more soft with the grandparent, the grandchild.
Like it's not your duty to discipline this person.
No, it's your
who's
duty
got a
to spoil
parent.
them. Yeah,
Right.
you want them to have,
Everything.
what the mother is denying them.
Which is exactly what's happening with my son.
Yeah?
When my son is at my parents' house, he's out of control.
Yeah.
I found out
He
recently.
owns the space there.
I found out recently that he's 7 years old. He crashed my father's car.
He crashed your father's car.
He crashed my father's car.
How does little feet, legs
Yeah?
even reach the pedals?
I will tell you. The gardener is washing the car. He goes in the house. He gets the keys. He keeps the keys in his pocket. He gets in the car. So it's a push to start. He puts his foot on the brake.
Yeah.
And he starts the vehicle.
Yes.
Oh, and you've seen you guys put it in gear before, so it
Right.
Yeah.
And with his foot on the brake still, shifts it into drive. And guess what happens when you let go of the brake? It's exactly what happened. Nobody knew of this until a week later when my mom saw the dent. My mom goes to my dad. I was like, "Did you crash your car?" And my dad
Yeah.
was like, "No." They both go out of the house. They look at the car. It's got a big old dent on the right side. In 2.5 seconds, they knew exactly who did this.
Without CCTV.
Yeah.
They knew
Yeah.
exactly. And the thing with my son
And you couldn't
is...
suspect the gardener?
The thing with my son... No.
Yeah.
The thing with my son is, when he does something he's not supposed to,
Yeah.
he won't come and tell you. However, when you ask him, he doesn't lie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Eli, did you do this? Yes, I did.
Yes, I did. I mean, my grandson is 1 year 4.
Okay.
He knows how to get that a vehicle will never start without a key. So if you tell him we are going,
the key, where the keys?
he doesn't see the key.
He knows,
doesn't
it.
believe
He knows
you.
you're bluffing.
Cry. And he will make sure he sees you slot the key. If you don't, he does it on his
On his own.
Oh, he's gonna
Yes.
crash the car as well. Very
he
soon.
knows that the key goes there, and you even wait, and laugh, And I say, and you have your phones. There are some dead phones in the house. So you say, distract him because he's gonna damage all our phones.
So give him the dead phone.
Give him,
And he knows
And
this
these
phone is
little
dead.
kids are so smart. They know this thing's not
He
working.
knows this thing's not working.
yeah,
It's like, do I look
Yeah.
like Boo the Fool?
yeah,
Oh, I give my daughter. I remember when she was like 1 year 6 as well, about 1 year 4, 1 year 6. We've all got smartphones in the house, and we're all scared that my daughter's gonna break our phone. So we
Yeah.
give her the old phones with the keys or whatever. She doesn't know how she looked at it.
She's like, what the hell is this?
You know what I mean?
yeah.
you can't fool these kids.
no,
anymore.
we
you
can.
can't.
Now we're in trouble.
Mr. Zulu, any question that you expected us to ask you that we didn't on this episode? Anything that you thought we're gonna talk about but we haven't touched on?
No, I mean, I thought you were gonna grill me actually.
About
Because
what?
I was really, my daughter and my wife said, those guys, are so, and I've seen, some of the
Yeah.
episodes, so I was wondering, do they know that I dated this person, or did they see me?
Give it to us. Spill
You
the
know,
beans now.
no,
What did you date before Sistah D joined the band?
Before Sistah D?
Was it somebody famous as well?
No, I mean, well, to be honest with you, before I dated Sistah D, I was like the Yomaps then. So I had my share of
fun.
yeah, but I think immediately before Sistah D, I dated this white girl
Of course you did.
who
A very Bob Marley thing to do.
so it's that was the one before Sistah D.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
No kids with her? No Ziggy Marleys, no Damian Marleys with her, no?
Not to my knowledge.
Very good answer.
Yeah,
Very good answer. Because these chicks nowadays, they get pregnant and don't tell you.
yeah,
You're walking in the mall, you see a
Yeah.
kid that looks like you.
yeah,
Another Bob Marley.
yeah,
Like, what is this?
yeah, yeah. I mean, in our time, there was no thing like AIDS and things like that. Yeah, so
It hadn't yet reached this.
yeah, and
Sorry, I keep glancing at my phone, so I've texted this guy from DEC. I've told him what we're talking about, and I said, may I call you? Because there's a couple of things that we want to find out. And for the past 5 minutes, he's been typing.
Typing.
now he's asking. Believe me, if you
typing.
Yes.
you told him you're with me.
No, I never said your name. I just said we're on a podcast and we're discussing Marie Juana.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, 5 minutes he's been typing.
You want?
And then you get 2 sentences.
So keep
That's
talking
it.
to him for like a minute more.
There's a lot of things in his DEC offices.
Oh,
man.
so he says, unfortunately, I'm in the middle of an engagement, sir. State duties. But I appreciate that you could call me a bit later.
5 minutes to type that.
Authority. They always get clearance.
last question. This man was known as Saint Michael. We grew up with a reggae artist in this country, the biggest reggae artist in the 90s, early 2000s, called Saint Michael. And then at some point you changed your name, saying you
Like
want
Prince.
to get deeper into your African roots and call yourself Maiko Zulu.
Yes.
In addition to you just... let me ask, where did this epiphany come from?
Or why do you think it's an epiphany? Changing your name? Or why is it an epiphany?
There has to be a story behind it, apart from you just realizing you're African and you want to be called by an African name. What built to that moment?
I think my performances in Europe, showed me that Africans are we are not at the same level with the rest of the world, man. They don't. They don't. That's why you see a lot of racism in Spain, in football and things like that. That is a reflection of how a black person is treated out there. We are second-class citizens in all these countries. That is why you see the Americans today, the black people in America have the roughest time, So I saw that, I could just play even a little drop in the ocean, that it would be a small role just to change the mindset of people, my fellow Africans, to say, you can you can still make it, and by being you. Yeah, by creating your own stuff. And now you see that the Rihannas and them, they are getting inspiration from African music.
Yep.
Yeah. So you have it, but you need a point of realization to say, hey, I actually don't need to be somebody's image for me to, yeah. So for me, I said, St. Michael is a good, and we had built the brand for, up to a stage where we got the Cora Awards and stuff like that. It was a big brand, and to just sacrifice a big brand, it's like your maps today saying,
I'll now call myself Elton Molenga.
Elton John or something. You have to start all over again. And, as an artist, you never continue going up. You have to accept that there's a time where so to hold the brand while you are on what people may seem your downslide, it's not easy, but hey, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, nice, man. Thanks a lot for coming through. And,
would you, if you were a DSC officer, would you arrest me if you found me smoking weed?
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
My job description says I have to, so
okay.
I would, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Why, you want to roll a blunt right now?
No, we would all be arrested here.
Why?
It's illegal in this country. But the fact that it's illegal, it doesn't mean it's not a good thing.
Thanks a lot for coming through, man. Really appreciate this. Legendary Maiko Zulu, formerly known as St. Michael. And an episode brought to you by Manda Hill Mall, of course, turning 25. And we're at Manda Hill Mall right now at Soho. And also brought to you by Brothers Mocktails, of course, by produced by Big Tree Beverages. Anything else you want to add, Elson?
Nope.
What is a mocktail?
The opposite of a cocktail. The non-alcoholic version of a cocktail.
It's just a drink.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you have there is just like a pineapple drink.
Oh.
Yeah, called a pina colada.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
So mocktail, no
I thought
alcohol.
it was that thing like non-alcoholic wine.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, kind of.
But why would you have non-alcoholic wine in the first?
Instead of just calling it grape juice.
For people like us.
Okay.
It's like weed that doesn't get you high.
Oh, yeah. Then you're talking of hemp. Because there's two types.
There you go.
Oh, there's one that doesn't get you high?
Yeah.
Just smells like weed?
It is.
It is weed?
It is, but it's hemp. It has no THC. So you can smoke a whole field, and that's what you use
I like that.
for industry. Industrial purposes, medicine.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's the one that's helping me sleep.
You can't backtrack now.
To the next episode. Have a lovely day.
Work.
Dun, dun, dun.